Rabboni, Gerhardus Vos, Part 7, a prayer of St. G. Radiant with light and joy would not be expected of a tomb, but was. There was the darkness of death, the fearful weeping among friends whose loss was great. Now the sepulchre to us is prophetic of victory. A wing beat of angels descends to roll away the stone. Yours, ours, he is risen. Though its occurrence was prophesied over and over for 3 years, it was startling when it came to be. Sorrow overwhelmed the memory of what was said. Hope mocked a dimly remembered promise. When we ourselves enter into the valley of the shadow of death, we will remember your promise, and you beside our risen bodies, your glorified body, your rod, your staff, real things. A small company of women went out at early dawn toward the garden, carrying spices to your corpus. Now Mary, in eagerness, ran forward and discovered before the others that the stone had been rolled away. Then rushing away, she hastened back to tell Peter and John what she supposed to be true. They have taken away the Lord out of the tomb. The grieving apostles then ran to the place. John first, then Peter entered into the tomb and saw the linens lying there. Jesus was not dead, they believed, though they did not seem to know the scripture that you must rise from the dead. The Magdalene lingers behind, weeping. She had much forgiveness. She had much love. You were known to her to be her only refuge from sin and death. Lord, give us this same pure and simple faith. The empty bloody hill, the empty tomb, the absent stone. Nothing can convince me that you have gone out of our lives. Since we have known you and your salvation, we know that you are not gone. You will return. Suppose the body was there. Her deep longing would be futile. Caring for a lifeless body. A deeper desire was there, that what you said is true. There can be no death between us. We did not see the death, but know that you have conquered it. The heavens have opened, the tide of sinful nature has been reversed, the guilt of sin redeemed, no reign of death, immortal life ours. But grief profound will drive all else away. We have stood outside the grave of our own hopes. Because you were there before us and come out, the place is transfigured, a home of life, a gate of heaven. Now 2 angels were there, one at the head and one at the feet where you had lain. Can we see here the great mercy seat in Israel, the Ark of the Covenant, the cherubim? The garden was charged with the atmosphere of mystery and wonder angels bring with themselves when entering our world. Silently, reverently, majestically, they sat where you had lain. There was glory there. They need not shout that death was swallowed up in victory. Woman, why do you weep? They asked. Certainly they wondered why she should be weeping at all. Their world is jubilant with songs of joy. What of this sorrow? Were not heaven and earth united in announcing he is risen in glory, the King of life? Still she sorrowed, dazed. Turning from the angels, she encountered Jesus, but not knowing. You intended this meeting, the first to see you alive. The time was as solemn and majestic as the first of the creation, when light burst out of the chaos and darkness. You knew yourself to be the central figure in this newborn universe, tasting the joy of one who had just entered upon an endless life, in the possession of new powers and faculties, such as human nature had never known before. How astonishing! Jesus, a man, the first new man, and we in the train of your glory. When first beholding you, she did not know the Lord. The gardener which said, like as the angels, Woman, why do you weep? Whom do you seek? Woman, as Eve was called at creation. Woman, as to Mary, his mother at Cana. Woman, my time is not yet come, as to the Magdalene. Woman, where are your accusers? As at Sychar, woman, I that speak with thee am he, Messiah. As at the cross to his mother. Woman, behold thy son. Then Mary, you said, this same voice caused demons to depart from her. Rabboni, as she now knew, this term preserved in the Aramaic, as no more intimate form of expression can be found. Now when she wanted to touch you, you had a greater thing in mind, a return to her, ascended to your Father and given you dominion and glory and a kingdom which shall not pass away. So we do not linger at the tomb, but stretch upward into heaven, where our life is hid with you in God. And we, the redeemed, all will speak, Rabboni, in the early dawn of that eternal day. Amen.